The group Testmitch's right eye opens at the inside the hospital emergency room. He had didn't cracked his head a little bit on the school bus floor. Testmitch asks Colton Mitch, "Who could have done that? Who did that to Kelly Taylor, bro?" Colton Mitch responds, levering a quarter back and forth, and responds, "I don't know. We found out the same thing that happened to Corinne Jacobs." Testmitch slightly sits up in his bed and starts to decide. "She's dead," was told Testmitch's response. Brad Mitch enters the room along with James Mitch and Nisha, along with Roy Carlson, Janina Clark, Kevin Mitch, which was the least the brothers wanted to see at the time being. Testmitch rolled his eyes to the back of his head at the sight of his stepfather, Kevin Mitch, but Kevin Mitch does not notice the situation at hand. Elena Tillman was not present for the time being because she was working at the museum. Janina asked Testmitch, "Are you okay? How you doing? Is everything gonna be okay? What's wrong?" Testmitch responds, crying in a sort of way, in tears. "Oh Jesus, Kelly Taylor's dead, bro." Angry Jacob wipes a tear from his face. Janina falls back slightly and bursts into tears at the sight of Kelly Taylor being dead, directly into Roy Carlson's arms. Colton Mitch leans over to Testmitch and unwraps the gauze from his head. Accidentally touches his wound, and Testmitch responds, "Ouch!" and punches him in the side of the head. Colton Mitch falls to the side and he falls to the floor, but was able to grab the chair in time. And Colton responds, "God damn it, Tess, I'm trying to help you." Testmitch says, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know you were trying to help you." "Oh, you're trying to help me." Colton Mitch stands as a hoser holding onto his head. Noticing that Testmitch noticed that his head was bleeding from the hit that he had hit. He had hit him so hard that his head was bleeding in the front. Colton then grabs an alcohol swap pad, rips it open, and cleans the area, rubbing the alcohol onto the area where Tess was bleeding at. Tess does not respond this time around. Colton opens the freezer and fills up a blue bottle with some ice and gives it to him, and applies it to the wound. As a result, putting antibiotics on it to sterilize the area some more, keeping it from getting infected. Testmitch uses his thumb to check on Colton Mitch's head and takes the blue bottle off his head and repeats the process and procedure on Colton Mitch. Colton Mitch flinches a little bit during the procedure, but seems to be okay afterward. Janina Clark looks up at Roy Carlson. "Who could have done that to Kelly?" Janina was still crying, and Janina Clark leaves Roy Carlson's side, and Roy Carlson looks at Colton Mitch in disgust and disgustment.